Bob was a little water droplet that lived in an aquifer. He loved living in the aquifer so much that he never wanted to leave. Unfortunately for him, this would not last very long. One day, Bob was floating around in the aquifer when he suddenly was sucked up into a pipe. After about 15 seconds, the water droplets above him were spat out of the pipe. When Bob came out, he did not land in a bucket or any sort of container. He went straight towards the ground. He slid down a slope towards a ditch. He and the rest of the water droplets landed in the ditch and began to sink into the ground. Bob and his water droplet friends believed that they were safe. He then felt a strange force tugging him. He had no clue what was happening. He looked behind himself and saw it. Roots! Bob tried running away, but he simply could not. He was sucked into the roots of a tree. He and his fellow water droplets were unfortunate enough to be caught in this purgatory known as transpiration. This process took several excruciating months. He went through the tree for what seemed like an eternity. Bob eventually came out of the leaves as water vapor. He floated up into the atmosphere and found a dust particle to condense on. He found himself part of a massive storm cloud. He floated up there for about a week. He had a lot of time to think about his life so far. He had been through so much that it was hard to believe that this was happening. He just hoped that he would be able to go back to his aquifer. Eventually, it got so cold up there that he froze into a little ice particle. He got too heavy for him to be up in the cloud. He precipitated down as a little snowflake. He drifted towards a red barn. He also recognized a spigot, which he was spat out of a few months ago. He landed on the ground and just sat there. He waited to melt. It was nighttime. He waited until morning. He didn't melt. It took until the afternoon for him to finally melt. He permeated into the dirt and sat there for a very long time. A whole year, to be exact. This was long enough for him to be considered groundwater. He eventually sank back into the aquifer and was reunited with his family and friends. Bob then lived happily ever after.